Hey, hi everyone. So the last session, what we discussed, so how to create the universe with the IDT tool. So by connecting to the multiple data sources, right? So any questions regarding the multi-source enabled system? So today we'll discuss how to create the universe by connecting to the SAP source system. So one is the best queries and another is how we can design the universe by connecting to the multi-cubes or info cubes, multi-providers or info cubes. So that we'll see. So I'm connecting to the 4.2 business object server. So you guys can hear my voice, right? Yes, thank you. Thank you, Sayed. Just I'm connecting to the 4.2 server. Let's see. So basically, so till now we discussed creating the reports or creating the universe by connecting to the Oracle database or the SQL, any relational databases we have checked now, right? So when you are designing the universe with the Oracle database or when you are designing the universe with the Microsoft Access database, so what we have done, so we have established the connection layer, we have established the connection layer to the Oracle database, and so that we will insert the tables from the different source tables and join the tables with each other, right? So in the inverse designing, so in the data foundation layer, we have insert the tables and join the tables with each other when you are connecting to the relational databases. Okay, that is what we have done till now. But if you connect to the SAP source system, if you are connecting to the SAP source system, what we are going to do it? So yes, we are going to connect to, we are going to create the connection to the SQL, the info cubes or multi providers. So assume like the SAP source system is available here. So SAP source system is available here, SAP BA info cubes, or you can call it the BW info cubes. So, but when you are connecting, after creating the establishing the connection, same steps we need to follow. So create the connection layer, and data foundation layer and business layer. Okay, but when you are connecting to when you are creating the connection layer, so it should be a secure connection, not a local connection. When you are designing the connection, when you are creating the connection to the BW info cubes, that can be the secure connection. So you need to create the security connection in the repository, so to connect to the BW info cubes. Okay, once you connect to the BW info cubes connection, once you create the connection to the info cubes, so then you need to define the data foundation layer. So, but when you define the data foundation layer by connecting to the BW info cubes, so here we are not going to create any joins between the tables. So whatever the schema is available in InfoCubes, so by default it will come into our data foundation layer. Okay, so whatever the existing schema is available, so whatever the existing schema is available in the InfoCubes, so that information, that table structure with the tables joins, so all the table structure and joins will come into our data foundation layer. Or whenever you are connecting to the multi providers and InfoCubes or DSOs, which is SAP source system, so we are not going to join any table. So whatever the joins are occurring, the InfoCubes or multi providers, that joins is coming to our data foundation layer automatically. Okay. So once you design, the data foundation layer is done, so we are going to create the business layer. Even in the business layer, when you are creating the business layer, so we are not going to create the classes and object manually. So it is a recommended SAP itself, the recommended when you are designing the business, when you are creating the business layer on top of the InfoCubes, so automatically create the class and object is recommended. So guys, we have seen, right, whenever I am creating the universe, whenever I am creating the business layer connecting to the data foundation layer, there is a checkbox you have seen, right? So automatically create the class and object. For Oracle database or any relational database generally, so we should not create a class and object automatically. But when you are connecting to the source, which is connecting to the SAP BW InfoCubes or multi-providers, the temp, so you need to create such classes and object automatically on top of the InfoCubes. So here what we need to do, so automatically create the class and object, it will create whenever you are connecting to the data foundation layer. Okay, the steps, which is like, it is a easy way designing the universe and the InfoCubes or multi-providers. Okay, but whenever you are creating the connection to the BW InfoCubes, so you need to enter the business warehouse BW, the server details you need to provide, the client name, client number, username, password, system ID, system name and system number. So all these things you need to provide when you are establishing the connection to the BW InfoCubes. So where I will get these details? You will get it from the SAP BA team, or the basis team will provide those server details, BA InfoCubes details. Okay, that is about in info.4. Then what about in 3.1? So what about in 3.1? So this is about what I am talking about. This is about 3.1 business object XI. Sorry, 4.4, BO 4.4. So this connecting to the BO InfoCubes are multiple. But in XI 3.1, so in XI 3.1, what we need to do? So generally we need to do this process in XI 3.1. So create a BEX queries. So create a BEX query in the business warehouse or business intelligence tool. So BEX, how we design the BEX queries? So it's through the business through the query designer. So we are going to design the BEX queries. So where exactly the query designer? Query designer is the business intelligence BA tool. So the BA team is going to design the BEX queries. So once the BA team is created the BEX queries, so then what we are doing? So we are going to design the universe by connecting to the BEX queries. Universe designing. Universe designing, we are doing it on the top of the BEX queries. Okay. So when you are connecting to the BEX queries using the 3.1 designer tool, so here also we are not going to do anything. So we are not going to create any classes and objects. We are not going to insert any tables when you are designing the universe. So to connect to the BEX queries, only the thing is, so create the connection to BEX queries. So once you create the connection to the BEX queries, then what do you need to do? Nothing. Here we are not doing any changes, anything. So once we creating the connection to the backspace. So automatically classes and objects will come into our object panel, classes and object panel. I am not going to create any class or any object or any insert in any table. Automatically, whatever the free characteristics in backspace, whatever the key figures in the backspace, that it will come as our dimension object as well as the measures. Okay. So once we create the universe on top of the backspace, we need to export this universe to the repository. Once you export the universe to the repository, then so we can create the webby reports on top of the universe, which is connected to the universe. So this is the way we will do it. Generally, we do it by connecting to the universe on top of the backspace. This is a part we can do it in 3.1. In 3.1, we will do this process. Okay. So simple. So universe, one backspace, one universe, two reports. So on top of the one backspace, you can create one or two reports, not more than that. So if you create a universe, if you create a webby report on top of the backspace universe, so one or two reports we can do it. If it is more than two reports, the performance will degrade. If you are creating the report on top of the backspace universe. Okay. Yes, Sayed, go ahead. Yes. So that I will come. So so info cubes is a separate thing, but the Bex is the query design, right? So info.o also we can create the webby reports without any universe. So info.o, coming to the 4.o again. So info.o, so Bex, on top of the Bex queries, we can directly access we can create a webby report by connecting to the Bex queries directly. Webby report can access Bex queries. How Webby can access to the Bex queries? Through the OLAP connection. Through the OLAP connection, we are going to create a reports on top of the Bex queries. Okay. So how Webby can directly connect to the Bex queries? So for that, so you need to create the connection to the Bex queries. So when you are creating the OLAP connection, there is a Bex connector is there. Bix connector is there. Through the Bix connector, so we are establishing the connection to the Bex queries. Okay. So that also we will see now. Okay. So guys, you understand, right? So in 3.1, so if you want to generate the Webby report on top of the Bex queries, so we have to create the universe on top of the Bex. So that universe cannot connect to the BW info cubes in 3.1. This is a newly introduced in 4.0. So info cubes and the universe, and then create the reports. Bex OLAP connection, Webby reports. Okay. We need not to create any universe in 4.0 if you want to create the report on top of Bex queries. Okay. And also, so we can create a universe. We can create a universe on top of the ECC system. So SEC is SAP source. So when you are designing the universe on SAP ECC system, so it is a similar kind of designing the universe on top of the Oracle database. Okay. So it is a similar kind of designing the universe on top of the Oracle database. So if you are designing the universe on top of the Oracle database, you are going to create the connection. Then data foundation layer, you need to insert the joins and create the alias table to create the aliases or context to resolve the loops. Then so once you're done, so we are going to create the business layer, right? So that is what we are going to do it in 3.1, 4.0 when you are connecting to the relational database, Oracle database. Correct. Okay. So ECC is a This is SAP source system, or you can call it a ERP system. Fine. So now let's do the practical way how we can do it. So just I will show you the example with the info cubes are multi-provided, doesn't have any the data. Just I will show you how to connect to the info cubes are multi-providers. So I'm connecting to the IDT. So open the information designer tool. Not opening. Because there is some error. Let me try to log in Java Launchpad. It's working or not. Yeah, this is fine. Let me call to this guy. Instead, it is working fine. I'm not sure what happened to the server. Hey Ravi, Okay. Okay, let's try to connect to the information design tool. So what I'm doing, first I'm going to connect to the repository. So I'm giving the local host. The username is Tiki user 1. So it's connecting to the repository. So where we are going to create the connection? The connection which should be the secure connection. Okay. So when you are connecting to the InfoCubes or multi providers, so it should be a secure connection. Yes, Ravi, it's giving error. So the server is down. It is showing. It is displaying the server is down. Okay. Can you? How much time it will take? Okay. Okay, you can check it by the time. So guys, this part we can discuss the tomorrow session. So meantime, just we'll discuss one of the complex report. Okay. So how to create the YTD and the previous year YTD and month to date and the previous year's month to date. This is what my requirement. YTD sales revenue and also the resort wise and resort each resort wise, country wise, resort name wise, country wise. So YTD, PYTD, MTD, PY, and also the variance. So this is my requirement. Okay. So this is what my requirement. I think I have given this type of requirement, but we have not discussed it. I remember, right? So guys, any idea how to design this report? So any idea what is exactly the YTD? What is the PYTD? Anybody have any idea? What is exactly the YTD year to date? So suppose I created. So have created the prompt on the report. So I was selected. So March 23rd. So March 23rd data I was selected. So then the sales revenue should display the YTD sales revenue. What exactly this? Yes, correct. From Jan of not till date. So from Jan of 1st to March 23rd of 2012. So that is YTD year to date. So assume like in the prompt. So in the prompt I have selected. So in the prompt I have selected 23rd of March 2012. That means, so the years, the sales revenue should display. So from 1st Jan to till the March 23rd of 2012, that value should display. Whatever the sales revenue from the Jan 1st to the March 2012 23rd date, it should display the total sales revenue. And then previous year to date means, so previous year, so what is the total sales revenue? Same, from Jan 1st 2011 to March 2011, 23rd of that it should display. Okay. Okay. So that is year to date. Yeah. Yes. So I am repeating again. Suppose I have created a prompt in the in our report. So when user selected, so from the prompt user selected, so March, let's assume 23rd March 2012 you have selected. So this is in the prompt, from the prompt, so the date value is selected 23rd March 2012. Okay. Then what value it should display? So the year YTD sales revenue should display from Jan to whatever the sales happened from 1st Jan 2012 to, so 12 to 23rd of March 2012. So this is total sales revenue should display. So that is what YTD sales revenue. Okay. Okay. Yes, it's from to this date. So the data should display from 1st Jan 2012 to 23rd of March. So whatever the sales revenue, that value it should display in the YTD sales. So in the result, so X result and US country. So if you select 23rd March, the sales revenue should display 1st Jan 2012 to 23rd March of 2002. Okay, that is what YTD. And the previous year YTD means, so it is should be the value should display the 1st Jan 2011 to 23rd March 2011. That is what it should display. And coming to the month to date. So in the month to date means, suppose I have selected so 20 of March of 2013. Then in that case, the value should display from 1st of March to 20th March 2013. That only particular month, 1st Jan, see first in a particular month from March 1st to 20th of 2013 that it should display. That is what month to date. Okay. So month to date is yes. Yes, Sayed, go ahead. Yeah, you already unmute. You need to unmute your side.
Okay, hello Madhu.
Yes.
For the YTD, one question on that. In the report you said there should be a prompt. So is that just a single date value prompt or it should be in a range format?
Yeah, it should be a single date format. Okay. Single date.
What if there is a scenario that where there is from to date? In that case? Yeah.
So in that case, so generally from to date means like the data which is displaying the particular date to till that date, right?
Yeah.
So then it is not a YTD, right?
Okay.
See, I am going to give the from the start date to end date. That means start date, suppose I have given 1st Jan 2012 to, that is the first, the, and I am giving 31st of March of 2012. What exactly means? So the sales revenue which it will display 1st Jan to 2002 31st March. Suppose I have given, so instead of the 1st January, 1st Feb I have given. 1st Feb I have given. That means, is it a YTD sales? No, right? So whatever you date selected, that sales revenue it will display in our report. Right? That is not a that is not a YTD sales revenue. YTD means, so year to date. So whatever you selected date, so from that date, so till that date, 1st Jan to till that date, value should display in a particular year.
Okay, but is there any way that by filtering the report for whatever period it is, suppose 1st February to 31st of March, and besides that, if we are creating a variable in the report itself such that irrespective of the prompts, it is showing us the YTD amount?
Yeah, without creating any prompt, shall we create a YTD, right? That's what you're asking?
No,
Yes.
no. See, if there is a report which has the prompt value, suppose if we selected 1st February to 31st of March, and in the report, without any in the report can we create a YTD amount as well without any, I mean, irrespective of whether the prompts are showing up or the data is
No,
showing
right?
up? Huh?
See, no, right? So you see, assume like you are creating the start date as the 1st Feb 2012, and the last date is end date is 31st March of 2012. But basically, what is the YTD? YTD is it should be display the sales revenue 1st Jan 12 to 31st March of 2012. It should display. That is YTD, right?
Yes, yes.
But you are retrieving the data from the database only 1st Feb to 2012 only. Then in that case, it will not work.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, but there is a way. In that case, you need to why then you need to remove the start date. You can give the only the end date.
Okay.
So start date you can give the very old date and end date. So whatever the user selected, that will be the YTD. That will be the end date which you are. Yeah, you can understand when you are designing the report.
Okay.
Okay. So guys, I am connecting to the server. So anyway, the 4.0 is not working. That I am connecting to the other 4.0 server, so which is not having the BE server. So guys, I'm creating the web report here. Okay, so we don't have the island resort marketing universe, so this is not available in 4.0. We don't have that universe. So what I can do, so same like even creating that type of universe in 3.1 and 4.4 it is a similar, but we don't have the date full date function in any of the universe. Even if you take the e-fashion, right? E-fashion you don't have any data. So date object we don't have. Year separate objects are there, but I am looking for the date date as an object. Okay, so that is available only in a 3.1 island resort marketing universe. Okay, let's connect to the 3.1 server. That inverse also we can import into 4.0 also, that is fine. and you can refer this report anytime about the YTD information, YTD report. I learned resort marketing news. So country and resort I am taking, and also I am taking the invoice date, and the measures I am taking this revenue. Okay. So if you run the report, whatever the revenue information is available for the different dates, so that information you will get it. Okay. Now the data, basically the data which is available from 2004 to 2006, right? So now edit the query. So I am creating the prompt on the invoice date. Invoice date between. So let's give, this is I am giving 2004. The last the current so which is the data is available from the 2004 of Jan. Okay, and end date I am giving and the prompt. So the prompt which has date is selecting the date. Okay, run this query. So then, so suppose if I select the 2000, let's select the 2004. I'm selecting. That means, so if you select the 2004, the revenue it will display from Jan 1st to till whatever I have selected, the March 7th data it will display. Okay. So the revenue which is displaying for the, so whatever the start date and end date I have selected, right? Okay, this is what sales revenue display. Now refresh this report. Suppose I am selecting the 2005 March 7th. That means, so the revenue currently, the revenue displaying from the Jan 1st 2004 to 2005 of March it is displaying. Okay, but what is YTD? YTD is basically year to date. So if I select a date, so March 3rd I have selected, March 7th I have selected, then so the data which should display from the Jan 1st 2005 to till whatever I selected date, that date it should display. That date sales revenue it should display. But the revenue which is displaying from the Jan 1st 2004 to 2005 data it is displaying. So this revenue, but the revenue I want to display the YTD revenue only I want to display. So for that, what we need to do, we need to create the YTD as a variable. So to create a variable, first we need to do few things. Okay, what are the things? So user, what is user selected, that I want to know first. So date is the prompt. So I am creating the prompt as a, so v underscore prompt. V underscore prompt. So dimension object. So like the user, what the end user is selecting, to get that information we need to use the user response function of date. Parse this is fine. It's a dimension object. Click on OK. Then select v underscore prompt date. Refresh this. Okay, displaying proper. Okay, so then what I am doing, so I am creating one variable v underscore year. V underscore year. So from the prompt, whatever I selected a year, right, that I am making the separate. So to display the year value separately, so we have a function called the year of v underscore prompt. data type error problem. Okay, so what I am doing, this v underscore prompt here. So I'm creating one. So the data type problem I'm getting. So what I'm doing, I'm making it as a date. So date format, p underscore date, p underscore date. Okay. So there is a function called toDate to convert the character into the date, string into the date. toDate of v underscore prompt. So just giving simple quotes and pass this. Formula is correct. Click on OK. Then p underscore date you can check. Okay. So anyway, this it is giving error. Let me. This will work anyway. So it is giving error. Like basically, whenever I am selecting the date, it should be in the format of date. So MMDDYY with the timestamp. Okay, but it's not coming with the timestamp. So it will come anyway. So now I am selecting v underscore year. V underscore year. So then just ignore that error. It will not come later. So v underscore year. So year of p underscore date. Pass this. Formula is correct. Click on OK. Then v underscore year. Same error. Okay. Fine. So then v underscore month. V underscore month. So v underscore month of like how we can display the month. So year of month, there is a function called the month number of year. Month number of year of v year, v prompt, v underscore prompt, sorry, p underscore date. So pass this, formula is correct. So what I am doing, guys, just I am making it as a, I am dividing the year, month and day. So whatever user selected, so that I am making is separate. So separate for year and month and the date. Date I am making it a separate one. V underscore date or date, whatever it is. So there is a function called day number of month. So user selected a particular date in a month. So I want to display it. Day number of month of user selected, p date, right? So it's a prompt to date. Validate this, close it, click on OK. Fine. So then v underscore day. Okay. So what I am doing, I am saving this report, save as. YTD report samples, I am saving it here. Okay. So let's open the view mode, it will work. If you open this in view mode, as you can see. So we at 213, v underscore month, v underscore day. Even if you refresh it, suppose I am selecting the date 2004 March, run this query. Okay. What's that? So basically, so what happened? The value. Okay, now run this query. Now it will display the data. Okay. Fine. So 2004 month and date is displaying, right? So let's just edit this query. Okay. So now And also what I am doing here, I am creating the one more other variables for the invoice date. So for invoice date, I am making this a separate variables. So V underscore, so it's a invoiced year, I underscore year. So year of, anyway, the invoice date is the date already. So it is in date format only. We need not to worry about the converting the character or string function into the date. So because invoice date is already date, so we need not to worry about adding the toDate function here. So only the thing is we need to divide the year object, year values, okay, year, month, and date. So invoice date, year of invoice date, formula is correct, click on OK, and I'm creating the invoice month, I underscore month, user is okay. So invoice user response, sorry, so month, so date selected, so year of month, number of year, okay. So month, number of year, then invoice date, click on OK, and also day, month, number of year, so I underscore day. So then month, number of day, number of month of invoice date, click on OK. Fine. So now if you see, just I am taking the I date, day value it is displaying, and let's take the I underscore month, so month it is displaying, and let's take the underscore year. Okay, perfect. So then everything is perfect. Now insert a report. So now I am going to calculate the YTD sales revenue. So resort, country, then so YTD, how to create a variable YTD sales revenue. So how I am doing here, sales revenue underscore year is equals to I underscore year is equals to V underscore year, okay. And okay guys, so I underscore year is equal to V underscore year. That means, so if user selected 2004, then so 2004 sales revenue should display. And also I am matching, I'm comparing with I underscore month less than or equal to, so less than or equal to V underscore month, okay. And similarly that particular date it should display. Suppose I have selected the March month, so March month is less than or equal to, so the in a particular year 2004 I selected 2004, and March 25th I selected. That means, so March third month, right, third, second, and first. So first to second, third month of data sales revenue should display. Then so I underscore day is equals to I underscore day is equals to less than or equal to I underscore less than or equal to, then so V underscore day. That means on a particular 23rd I have selected, then so the data should display so till 23rd, less than 23rd, right, from first to less than 23rd it should display. Okay, then so this is a measure object. Pass this, formula is correct, click on OK, then take the YTD. Perfect. Then I am creating the one more duplicate. So this is about I am making this a PYTD. So PYTD means, so previous year month to date, right? So previous year to date, previous year to date, right? Validate this, click on OK. This YTD, previous year YTD sales revenue. So then, so refresh this report. So what I am doing, so let's take, I am selecting the 2005 data. This is a 2004 and 2005. So what date I have selected? March 20th, 2005 selected. That means the sales revenue which is displaying from Jan 1st to Jan 1st 2005 to March 2005 sales revenue it is displaying. And this is for 2004. Suppose let's make it 2004. But in the backend we have only 2004, from 2004 data we have, right? So if I select the 2004, then previous date is 0, nothing it will display. Okay? Yeah, I'm doing that. Okay, waiting. Yeah. So guys, so this is a way we can do it. And similarly, so month to date, how we can create the month to date? Duplicate. So MTD. So this time month to date means you should not give any less than or equal to month. So in that month only I need to display. This is about the month to date. Okay. Select this and month to date you can see. So this is a way you can create the month to date. So guys, I am saving this report into the same folder, report samples folder. Okay. You can just refer it. So any questions here? So if anybody have any questions, so this is available in the 122 175 link. So I already shared the info view link, right? You can open in your local system also. Yes, Nitesh, you can just yeah, okay, fine. So info view link, you don't have it in the initial stage. Just let me show you. This is a link which you can use it. So username is administrator and password is the India123. You can open it to your local system. Okay. Previous year YTD, why it is not displaying? Because there is no 2000. If you are selecting the 2004, right? There is no 2003 data. That's what it is displaying the blank. If there is no data, it will display the blank only, right? Okay. Okay guys, so still if you have anybody have any questions, that we'll discuss in the tomorrow session. Okay, fine. Thanks guys, I'm ending the session, so we'll continue it tomorrow. And guys, so still if you have any doubts, so it is available in this server, so 122 175. So just search it YTD, you will open the YTD report and just analyze how I have defined the variables and how it is working. You can analyze, test it, or else you can test that report. So is really the data is displaying or not, you can test it. Okay, thanks.
The organizer